Hey everybody, this is Dr. J, Professor Spike and Arjun coming to you streaming live from coast to coast and across the globe. We're very happy to have Arjun with us. He feels more like a guest than a regular at this point
Yeah.
because he's been so busy making money, having preparations for getting married. What's there to prepare for getting married?
I gotta learn a couple dances. I gotta make the tables. I gotta see who's sitting with who.
I
Um,
guess there are a lot of things. I forgot. It's a
Oh,
long
please.
time ago.
Yeah, it's it.
yeah.
You're
But
you're showing your age, Dr. J.
I wimped out. I let my wife to be do all that.
Yeah, I'm a little more hands-on than the
Yeah.
average guy, so we'll see.
Heath is with us.
I
Did
did
you
not.
NCNA?
I did not.
I guess from Heath's comment, it might have continued on up, but I don't know.
I'm not
Alexis is with us.
touching this market for at least another month.
Chris is with us.
Wise man.
Yeah.
And a lot of lost opportunity I can see on that one. But
Chris, it looks like your Cardinals are going to back into the playoffs this year.
Yeah, Goldschmidt MVP.
Yep.
Goldschmidt MVP.
Cardinals are
Arenado.
gonna be one of the playoff teams this year.
Yeah, the Cardinals always find a way.
Probably along with Mets and Atlanta, and
Yep.
and Dodgers and maybe San Fran.
Yeah, I
Or
think.
San Diego, or San Diego, not San Fran, San
just a
Diego.
little.
Yeah, I like them. I like the Mets as a sleeper to go to the World Series.
Yeah, I think so. I think they can do it.
They haven't been sleeping. They've been announcing their desires. It's just the question.
How about a Subway Series, just like 20-something years ago? How about
Yeah,
that?
2000 was the Subway.
No, a better one than 2000. One with a better outcome.
Yeah, that one was a little ugly, but I'm gonna predict that right now. Subway Series is coming.
Yankees, Mets, very good chance. Very good chance. Chris says the Cardinals have no pitching. Well, I think they have Lindy McDaniel and Dizzy Dean to name two.
Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson
There you
to
go.
name three. So they have plenty of pitching.
This is the game they're going to play in Field of Dreams, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's get started. Arjun, you're in charge today.
Let's do it.
Oh, you trotting?
Yeah, it's good.
I'm deputizing Arjun.
Yeah, it's good to be on. Hope everyone's been doing good. I'm back, and yeah, let's see. So we're gonna start with the S&P because that is the market, and I'm gonna say my 2 cents, and then Dr. J will say his. Spike will chime in. So since we hit this low of the year, 362, it's kind of, you can see we're in this nice little channel going up, and I agree with Dr. J that I'm looking for this 50-day to hold. This is the light blue line, 391.13. Below that, if we close the week below that, I am going to be bearish short term, and I think we're going to go down. I don't know how far down, but if we can chop around, hold that, then earlier I was saying I'm looking for a rally up to the 200-day, which is 434, and then another sell-off. So
the question is, do you get the sell-off first and then the rally, or do you get the rally first and then
the
sell-off?
And I'll put it at just a coin flip right now. I don't have strong conviction either way, but I think this 50-day matters a lot.
But I do. Earlier we were talking about where it would go down to, and I'm pretty convinced that the 50 fib retrace will hold at 349.
And I think basically, let's just say for arguments or just for simplicity, that's the 200 week. about 352. So yeah, like something around there. I'm gonna say once we hit that, that's the low of the year.
Okay.
I don't think, because I think the next leg down is just so ugly. I don't even want to think about it.
Right. You're talking about Mike Wilson's of the world, the SPY 300.
Yeah, so I think there's good enough chance 350 is the bottom. So if you see something around there, I'd be fine buying your blue chips, adding to your retirement accounts, whatever the heck you do. But yeah, right now, I don't think there's any real reason to be really bullish or bearish. I think we're kind of just at this neutral inflection point. So
Okay, fair enough. Flip the coin.
But I lean, let's call it 60-40 that we go up. So I like the odds to go up a little better, but not a lot.
In other words, it's a biased coin.
Yeah. I think like another reason for that, I was looking at the VIX. We don't have to chart it, but it looks like
VIX is
there
flat.
might. Yeah, it doesn't look like the VIX is going to super pop right now, but it could. It kind of does whatever it wants. So, all right.
I think the market will be happy after the Fed meeting. Whatever they have to say usually assuages fears.
And that's Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay. So yeah, let's say I'm saying 60-40 that we end the week at a new high of the month. But just be very careful, because that 50-day, if that breaks, I think this could, because this was the last Fed meeting here. You can see it chopped around and huge sell-off. So there's a chance that you see something like that and then you sell again to 350. I wouldn't discount that possibility. It could happen, but I'm not saying it will, but be prepared for that maybe.
Absolutely it could.
Yeah. So Costco, this has been my largest position for about a month and a half, 2 months, and it's been one of the only things I've done right in a long time. I think my average is in the high 4s at this point, but yeah, it's just got a lot going for it. I think from a narrative, like macro perspective and the chart. I mean, I'm seeing here, the 9-day, every time it's pulled back recently, it's just used that as support. So 9 days at about 520, it just crossed up past the 200, which I like.
Yeah, very, very bullish.
Yeah. So I like Costco short-term, long-term, every term. This is my favorite company to own right now.
It looks like it might be trying to form an inverse Head and Shoulders.
That's correct. Yeah, 1, 2, and yep, that's right. So I mean, I think there's usually not a bad time to buy this, but if you want like buy points, 9-day moving average, I think you can nibble, and then my target is just go back to the highs. I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah, unless it forms a Head and Shoulders and collapses.
That's also true. Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
the fundamentals don't suggest that.
Yeah, but I do think here this is a key level, because that's where it topped out at end of last year. So I think if it can get past that, you'll probably see a all-time high, and if not, then just if you see another like double top type of thing there, then be careful. But I think this will go up another $30.
It's also basically recession-proof stock.
Yeah. So I think in 5 years, 7 years, this one, who cares? But I like it short term too. So
phenomenal story, Costco.
Yeah, so plenty of support, and yeah, I like it. So my other large position is, this has been one that I added about 3 weeks ago when it was kind of forming this interesting bottom. But yeah, let me zoom out, because Basically, there was this trend line that I drew a while back that I was hoping would hold, and so far it has.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's where, how do you do this? Something like this.
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful trend line.
Yeah, I was hoping it would hold, and it so far has.
It's testing it now, right?
Well, not today. You're actually way above it, which is good.
Okay.
But what I liked is it kind of double bottomed here at 1075. There wasn't really major selling there. It was kind of just like stagnant. And then, yeah, they have earnings Wednesday or Thursday. So I think this candle today tells you that so far people think that earnings will be good.
You also have a tough area of resistance. Looks like a double or triple top.
Where are you seeing that?
You can't see it. You got a peak in the middle, and it looks like a double top. No, all recently.
Yeah, right now.
Like here?
Yeah. If you just look over the last month or so, you can see.
Yeah, the thing is, I just really like the close today. I thought was excellent because
I'm just not sure that it's gonna have a tough time making new highs. I think.
Oh, sure.
As long as it stays on the trend line, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not calling for new highs anytime soon, but the other kicker here is in May they paid $1.75 dividend, and oil has only gotten more expensive since that earnings report. So I think my prediction, they're going to pay $2 cash in August. And that's a phenomenal. I mean, that's like a 70% dividend basically. It's unreal what this company's been paying out. They have they just have a ton of free cash flow. $1.75 for 1/4 of earnings on a $12 stock. I've never seen.
Are there political concerns with Brazil nationalizing?
I mean, I think they're overblown. The reason I think they are, I think that's what caused the sell-off back to the trend line. But basically oil was trading 60 a barrel this whole period of time when it was 16, 17 bucks a share. Oil's now more expensive. There's less debt. I personally am discounting the political concerns. I think they're priced in. But you never know.
They're priced in as long as it doesn't happen.
Yeah. They're priced in unless they're not.
I think this sell-off priced it in. That's just what I think.
All right, but you got to let people know there is risk.
Yeah, there's always risk.
As always, do your own due diligence. Our opinions are strictly own and do not constitute investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Go ahead.
All right. So now back to the ones that I'm less excited about short term, but I still just own them basically forever, or at least some of them. So we have Albo, which it had a really nice run from the lows, but now I haven't been tracking biotech much recently, so I don't really know what's going on.
It looks like it's trying to fill that gap, which it came close to.
Yeah, the gap
came up on it.
Yeah, the 2804 was the level that you need to get to. It couldn't do it. It sort of just stopped about halfway at the gap. Yeah, but
maybe it just needs a little breather.
Yeah, that's true. Let the RSI cool off a little and whatnot. I mean, maybe you can add. I mean, you want this level to hold. I think that I drew in like something around.
I agree.
23. Yep. You don't want to see that go, but
yep.
Yeah. And then if
and it might be a good buying point right around that 23.
Yeah, and then I think your target of gap fill is correct. I think $28. So basically you have hopefully 30, 40 cents
How
down.
about
And
this?
then,
How about a swing trade? Buy at 23 and a quarter, sell at 28. Stop loss at 20.
gonna go 20. How about the 50-day? 21.84. What do you
That's what I was
think?
thinking.
Okay, you like a tighter stop loss. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I just don't want. I think in this market, just give up if it's not working.
Okay. Okay.
I am fine giving up in this market.
That's a nice swing.
Yeah. So there's your downside cushion. There's your upside target. Let's make it happen. Yeah.
Let's do an oldie but goodie. V-bit.
Yeah, this one has just been nauseating forever.
Yeah,
But
but there's still life. Who would have thought that the prospect of a broad spectrum coronavirus vaccine would still be in play at this late stage of the game?
yeah, it's pretty incredible. I agree that it's even. But yeah, so just technically on this one, I don't see anything to be super excited about. It's just kind of in this range. I mean, you can nibble, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna go much higher than $1 without.
Well, I like it taking it. Did it take out that other peak back? You see that peak?
Yeah, it did. It took that out, which is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, maybe you're getting higher lows and higher highs. But yeah,
I think it's one to watch again.
yeah, it's right in the middle of a range that I'm comfortable swinging. So maybe you get a slight uptrend here. But
it's one to watch. Definitely.
Yeah, one to watch. I'm not adding this right now. I just have too many other things that I'm more interested in. But yeah, we'll
GSL. GSL
Yeah.
is an old friend.
Yeah, this one's been interesting too. I think it's like
It had to
fundamentals.
run all the way to 30 and then back down all the way to what, 17?
Yeah, and I think that's. Let me go to the weekly. I think that 17 level was. Well, it even went lower actually. It tested 15 and even dropped below it. But I mean, you can see a lot of support there.
Yep.
And then you got. I mean,
you get a dividend. You get a dividend while waiting. So
yeah, exactly. You get a dividend while waiting, but it needs to prove that it can take out this high, the like 18. And then, from there, then we can start talking about.
I think we got to wait for a turn in the whole in this whole sector. The sector has been sick.
Yeah, hasn't been good. But
they're recession worries is gonna weigh on this stuff for a little while.
Yeah, and I think this one got unfairly punished by that because they have like fixed contracts and everything. I think they just get grouped in.
Didn't you have Professor Spike? Janet Yellen, our Secretary of the Treasury, said no recession.
Yeah, right. Well, she works for Biden now. She doesn't work for the Fed.
She can say whatever she wants, and then so GSL I'm also less excited about, but I still like it, and I'll let you talk about REMX.
All right, that one is rare earths play, and my thinking is it's similar to lit. Why be a genius? Pick out which EV car makers are going to make it, and which ones are going to go El Foldo. Just buy the infrastructure, buy the battery plays. So that's how I look at it. It almost like no-brainers. The only negative is when commodities sell off, they're viewed as commodities, both lithium and the rare earths. So lit and REMX would both probably sell off along with the rest of the commodity space. So that's the one downside. But the demand is going to be there, and it's growing over the next 5 years. So I see this as being a growth stock and a dividend play.
Very nice. It's got a bit of a channel that it's kind of forming. I mean, it's going up. I didn't draw it perfectly, but I think I think it looks good.
From the time I first talked about this, I'm up like 12%, and I'm getting 7.5% yield. Not bad, right?
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I think in this market, if you can get dividends, it's going to help a lot because there's not a whole lot of value that's holding these days. So if they're paying you cash, then that's better than nothing.
Breck wants to know: do we think the GDP readout will be negative? If by negative you mean below 0% growth, probably maybe -1.
There was a question of whether or not if we do inflated dollars versus non-inflated dollars, whether or not that would make a difference.
Yeah. I mean, so much of these CPI readings nowadays are just gas, and so it's kind of hard to.
But there's more to a technical recession than just 2 quarters in a row of negative GDP, because the jobs matter and a lot of other things matter. So yeah. So
you remember when they used to call it? You remember the jobless recovery? They had to make a term so they understand. So now what are they going to call this? A job-filled recession?
Yeah, it's the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So,
we're still at full employment. So, I mean, even if the pace of hiring slows down, it's still a very tough job market.
That's right. But yeah, I mean, overall, based on the charts I'm seeing and generally the economy, I'm gravitating towards these commodities or dividend stocks.
What is Patrick saying? Arenia Pharmaceutical got CHMP thumbs up.
It's not reflected on the price.
The European approval in 30 to 60 days, lots more upside than down. I agree. I think Arenia is a nice buyer to play. It's always a takeout possibility, and we really look like we put in a very long-term bottom. Bottoming process has been for months and months. So we have an established bottom. It goes below that trading range, and then you sell. But as long as it stays above that, you can just wait.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't mind this one here for that reason. It's if it goes down, I mean, it's going to go down to $5, or $6. But I agree that.
Well, that's why you have a tight stop loss.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're bullish on this, I mean, you really want to just keep seeing this.
Well, nobody's talking about 35.
I'm saying as long as it stays above that support area.
Yeah,
it's okay to buy and just get out quickly.
$9. Yeah, you don't want to.
If it breaks,
I'd say for this stock, anything under 10 is a bargain.
I mean, you got to cut your losses just in case. That's it. You got to be prepared to cut and run.
Yeah, agreed. There's charts I like better, but I agree that this is fine.
All right, so that's it for today, right? Everyone, Kamal said after hours is bad on Amazon and Walmart. I don't know if either had earnings. I'm not sure.
Yeah, all these, even Costco was down after hours. I don't know what's. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it's just an after hours sell off. That's all.
Right.
Which doesn't mean much.
Oh, you know what it is? Walmart just lowered their guidance.
Oh, okay.
So Walmart basically just lowered profit outlook, and they just lump all the Amazon.
Well, that's a smart move for companies to lower their profit outlook.
Yeah.
So that when you come out with earnings, you can then beat.
Yeah. But I mean, my final take is I am most bullish energy the rest of the year and going forward. I think it's got the best outlook, best dividends, best everything. So okay. I want those stocks, energy.
I think I'm most bullish lit and REMX at this point.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we agree on commodities generally. Yeah.
What about you, Spike? What are you most
Well,
bullish?
I'm thinking that that act as if there's going to be a recession, but there's still some backlog of pent up demand in particular cars. So I agree with you that a couple of exceptions here and there, like the lithium and the nickel and that stuff,
Uh-huh.
will be positive in an overall, depressive market.
Yeah. All right, so
So
that's it.
it's time to be smart and pick right again.
Thanks for coming on today, Arjun. It's been a pleasure. We haven't seen you
Yeah,
in a long
thanks,
time.
Arjun.
Yeah, for sure.
So keep in touch. Come drop in occasionally. It's much appreciated.
Yeah. I'll try to come once a week.
I want to thank Breck,
That'd be great.
Patrick, Kamal, Chris, whoever else is here today. And don't forget to give us that thumbs up. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.